Guys, a question I keep getting asked is, you've sold most of your crypto, you've taken profits from most of your crypto, you say you're only trading, but you're still holding Aster. Why are you still holding Aster, but you've sold the rest of your portfolio? It's crazy, I get it. I'm literally holding stable coins and Aster, and I do expect Aster to go down, right? I do expect it to go down in a bear market. So why am I holding this if I think I'm going to make a loss? So let's get into it. I'm going to explain my reasons why I'm doing what I'm doing, what I think is going to happen for Aster, what I think the price target is, where I think it's going to go over the next few years, some of the on-chain data I'm seeing, a lot to talk about. So let's get into it. So first of all, you guys know I'm really bullish on Aster. It's not just Aster, it's the whole niche. It's the sector. Decentralized perp dexes, I think, are going to be potentially the main runners next cycle, if not at least top three, right? At least in the top three next cycle. Revenue generating businesses, I think, are going to be highlighted. They're going to be really... there's going to be a lot of interest in the TradFi sector, I think, in these kind of business models. And they're very new, right? Look how new they are. We're talking about, I think, less than a year old. This whole narrative's less than a year old. And obviously, Hyperliquid has gone on to, push up all the way up to, we're up to 34 billion at the moment. But obviously, it pushed up much higher than that in market cap, up to 20 billion. Obviously, this is FDV. The market cap at the moment is 11.7. So I think this is going to be a huge, huge sector. And I think that Aster could potentially go to 100 billion market cap, maybe in the next 4 to 6 years. Okay. So the current market cap is around 2.4, 2.5. At some point or another, it's likely going to be 2 billion, right? So let's run it on 2 billion just to make everything simple. So, if I think that the market cap could potentially reach 100 billion, and we are at let's say we're at 2 billion, or I decide to buy a huge bag at 2 billion, that's a 50x. Okay, so that's a 50x. So if it hits the target I think it's going to hit, and you have 1k in Aster, that would return $50,000. And I would argue that anyone can make this at any time whatsoever, just getting a side hustle for a month, right? So in 1 month, you can make this. If it hits my target, 50k returns. If I have 10k in Aster and it hits my 50x target, 500k. So $500,000, 500k. And I would argue that anyone can make this in a good few months or half a year, right? So I don't see many projects like this with such great utility, great fundamentals, huge marketplace, not just crypto, forget crypto, the TradFi market, trillions and trillions of dollars. Crypto is just a blip in these money markets. And I think there's so much capital and liquidity that's going to come in, especially when they start to introduce dark pools. Now, if you don't know about stocks, there's a really popular trading sector, which is called dark pools, and it's used by a lot of whales, very, very rich people. A lot of people inside the White House use dark pools so that people can't see their trades. And I think that is going to be huge. And I think that's probably why we've seen the Robinhood partnership so soon, because Robinhood would have seen that as well, right? Robinhood would have said, this is going to be huge, because you also have decentralized stocks, right? There's so many different selling points to this, which is why I'm too scared. I'm literally too scared to sell my moon bag. So that's pretty much why I'm still holding this. The other reason is, BNB last cycle, I was here last cycle, and I did get into BNB quite early. I took profits, but BNB was kind of where we are last cycle. So you see here where we're trickling around 3 or 4 billion. Where are we on Aster? 2.4 billion. We're also going sideways. Now, don't forget, most projects actually launch and do this, guys, right? So, for Aster to be going sideways here is actually very, very bullish. And I guarantee you a lot of the bears would have already expected it to do this, which it hasn't. It's kind of done this. And you want to be careful when projects do this, because they can just take that next leg up out of nowhere. When no one's interested and everyone drops off, they can just take that next leg up. Now, I want Aster to crash. I don't want it to go up. I have a moon bag in Aster. As you guys know, we got into Aster very early. We took leverage longs. I think we got in around 0.4, or I think we got in about 0.4 spot. And I think we got in about 0.6 leverage, and then obviously it went up to $2 and we made a lot of money, so I took some profits off the table. But I left the moon bag in. Now, it's quite a big moon bag. It's about 2% of my portfolio, maybe just under 2% of my portfolio, but it's completely free money, right? I've already taken out my initial. It's completely free money. I can't lose. So I personally want the price to crash so that I can really get positioned and really build a big position, because I think I'm confident on Aster doing well over the next 4-6 years. That I think I'd probably be happy allocating 6%, 7% to this play over the next, in the bear market, right? Accumulating in the bear market and then holding it over the next 4 to 6 years. But still, having around 2% is a nice bag for me, that if I'm wrong and Aster doesn't crash here, I still have that moon bag, right? If it does what BNB done last cycle, because don't forget, where we are now, BNB was around 3 or 4 billion, and even in the bear market, it was 33 billion market cap. Okay, so over a 10x away from where we are today. That's one of the main reasons I'm too scared to sell this, because I would kick myself if I sold my bag. Even though I'm confident we're going into a bear market, I'm confident altcoins are going to have a correction, I'm confident the market's going to crash. Even if I'm super, super confident, it would kill me to sell my moon bag knowing that it was free money. I'd already made a lot of money on Aster trading it. It's free money. I couldn't have lost. I couldn't have lost anything. But I'm holding this bag that could potentially return millions of dollars, right? So my downside now, I can't lose anything. It's all free money, okay? So I literally can't lose. It's a free lottery ticket. And my upside is millions just with this small moon bag, because my target is a 50x over the next 4-6 years. Now, what other altcoins are there out there where you can say, I think this could 50x, or I think this could 30x, or I think this could 40x over the next few years? I don't see many, guys, and I don't even see any right now. I really don't see any, and that's why I'm too scared to sell this moon bag, and I actually want it to come down so I can accumulate more. And I rarely say that. Look, I've sold most of them. You guys know I sold most of my altcoins. I started selling early, right? March 24, January 25. I think Sui was around $4. The last time we sold Solana was around $250. I'm out. As soon as I hit my targets, I'm out. But Aster, I really, really like. Not just the model, the business model, the buyback mechanism is phenomenal. I think this is the buyback wallet here, which has purchased more today, which is currently sitting around 7.8 million. Couple of whales still holding massive bags as well. This whale is still holding $8.2 million here. This bot also bought 5 million. This might also be another buyback wallet, $5 million. And this wallet actually got in this week. So 7 days ago, this wallet purchased $3 million worth. Another wallet actually got in this month, $1.5 million. So we are getting a lot of whales actually loading up here, and we are seeing some sort of stability here as we continue to trend sideways. And, I would speculate that they've seen this happen on BNB, right? They've been here before, and they kind of skipped the boat. And everyone who had $100 in BNB from the start became a millionaire, right? Just $100 turned them into a millionaire. But the millionaire, the whales, they look at this and they think, man, if I had $1 million in there, I could have been a billionaire. I don't even think you needed $1 million. No, I think it was less than that to become a billionaire. I think it was like $10,000 or something at the start would have turned you into a billionaire. So the millionaires will be looking at this thinking, if Aster makes it and becomes another decentralized Binance, I'm looking at 200 million, 300 million, right? It doesn't matter how much money you have. Everybody still thinks the same way. So I think this is going to be huge. Look, is there risks? Absolutely. There's always risks, right? There could be a vulnerability. There could be a hack. Something could happen. But I don't see projects come around like this very often. So I'm in a position where I have no option but to take a risk, because I don't see anything else that I think has the potential to do a 20, 30, 40, 50x here. And I have to keep reminding myself, I cannot lose. The worst that happens is I won. The worst, if Aster goes and gets hacked today, It's like a Jose Mourinho moment, right? Where he's like, "Hey, look, if we lose this game, I'm gonna celebrate. I'm gonna drink. We made loads of money. Congratulations." Yes, we took a little bit extra risk at the end, but it was all free money anyway. We couldn't lose. And why is it free money? Because we got in early and we started to take out our initials and our profit around $2, and the price came down 50%. So not only is it free money, it's free money because we played the game quite well, right? We got in before everyone else. We looked on Nansen. We could see the smart money were buying Aster very, very early. We jumped in. And by the way, if you want to use Nansen to track smart money and you can see what the insiders are buying and what they're trading, you can use my discount code here, SMC, and you can get a discount on Nansen, so you get that slightly cheaper. You can try it for a few months and see if it's for you. It's not a lifetime thing. But yeah, phenomenal tool. I don't even think I'd trade crypto without it. Phenomenal tool for finding gems early and for seeing what all the smart money and the whales are up to, right? Seeing these people buying like $3 million. Do they know what they do? Do they know what they're doing? Then I can go into their wallets and see, oh, look, this person's made $458,000 over the last 90 days. Maybe they're a good trader. Maybe they know what they're doing, right? So yeah, really, really cool. I am worried about a BNB playing out. Is it guaranteed? Absolutely not. I'd rather Aster crashes to the ground and comes down 90%, as most altcoins do, right? Historically, most altcoins are going to come down 90-95% as we go into a bear market. That's where I'd love that, right? I would absolutely love that, even though it means my bag is going to come down temporarily. And the value, let's say I have 20K in Aster, for example, the value is going to come down to 10K if it comes down 50%, and then it's going to come down, to 5K. That's fine with me, right? Because I actually wanted to DCA and build a nice big bag of Aster in the bear market. And for me, because I have such conviction in Aster, I'm not really too worried about down here, because for me personally, the only way from here is up, right? The only way from here is up. Unless it gets hacked, which is very, very low chances, the only way up from here is up. In my opinion, not financial advice, okay? So that's what I hope. Look, worst case scenario, we pump here. It shouldn't be a worst case scenario, right? But worst case scenario, we pump here. I don't have that regret. I don't kick myself. I don't say, what an idiot. I had the opportunity of a lifetime, and I don't have to watch this happen over the next few years or so. I don't have to watch a 50x or a 20x or even a 100x play out when I had so much conviction. And, as the great Warren Buffett says, it's all about patience in this game. When you find something that has fundamentals, that ticks all the boxes, sometimes it's just about patience in this game. And that's why I am going to be patient. Look, maybe we do see a rally. Maybe it does go up to 20 billion, 30 billion, and then comes back down. I don't know. But either way, I have my bag on. If it goes up from here 10x, I'm probably not going to buy more, guys, right? I'm probably not going to buy more. I'm interested in holding my bag here because it's a 50x. If it goes up 10x, I'm not interested in making a 4x or 5x. It doesn't really interest me. That's why I have to take a little bit of risk here. Also, Hyperliquid, current market cap, 11.7 billion. This is our closest competitor. Look at the biggest exchange it's listed on, OKX, right? And Buyback. Those are the biggest exchange. Aster has been around for a month or 2 months. Is it even 3 months now? Maybe. It's been around for a few months. Already listed on Binance, already listed on Coinbase, already listed on Robinhood. Very hard to get listed on Robinhood, and a huge avenue into the TradFi market. And I would imagine there's probably going to be more bigger listings. So if they're already doing this in terms of connections and partnerships, they're already on Coinbase, we know there's huge retail access in this, going into this in the next cycle, right? Especially on Coinbase, where a lot of retail are. I think this is going to be one of the best projects next cycle. What happens to projects that do well in the start of a bull run? They go absolutely parabolic as new retail start to flood in. Retail buy things that are green and pumping, right? They buy things that are trending up. This is why Cardano done so well. This is why Matic done so well. This is why Ethereum done so well originally in their first cycles. because retail come in, they buy things that are green. Not only that, not only are retail buying, we know Aster are actually buying back their own token, right? They're doing buybacks. 6 million Aster has already been bought back in the last 2 days, and another 2.5 million is expected. 50% of all these buybacks will be burned. So not only are they doing buybacks, they're burning the tokens as well. Not that it needed this, right? Not that it even needed this. The platform where TradFi can trade stocks with no KYC literally grants trillions of dollars globally that are now able to come into the markets. And now they're even buying back and burning the tokens, right? So now it's becoming deflationary. There's going to be less Aster on the market, and they're also buying it back. So it doesn't matter if short-term traders or flippers sell it, because the protocol is actually buying back the token, and more traders sell, more traders dump. Maybe we go into a bear market here, right? But the protocol just keeps buying back the token, and burning it now as well. So the price technically, I say in inverted brackets, should do this, right? If the team just keep buying, as long as users keep using the platform, there's always going to be revenue, and as long as 70, 80, 90% of that revenue is going to go back into it, I think it's almost like a better version of MicroStrategy, a much better version of MicroStrategy, and we haven't really seen this before. It's kind of started. We have seen people try it, but not successfully, and I think it's going to be huge, guys. I really do. I think it's going to be massive. And I just don't see how there's a top. I don't see how there is a top. The only way I see a top is if everybody stops using the platform, which should be their main marketing tool. I think they should focus on users. Just like Polymarket have done. Look at Polymarket. They were making a loss. They're still making a loss. But look how many users they have adopted. Look how big their business has got over a very short amount of time. I think this is going to continue to happen. I think more and more users are going to come on. We don't even have stocks there yet. The L1 has not properly been rolled out. So imagine when you've got all of these avenues to trade decentralized gold, decentralized stocks, and there's no KYC and anyone can trade. And then you've got the community holding the token because the project keep buying it back, and they're buying it back in the millions of dollars. It's beautiful. It's really beautiful, and I definitely want to be on this train for next cycle. And I'm almost certain that I will make a lot more money from this sector, because it's not just Aster that I'm buying. I'm buying a few different. I don't have this cult-like mentality where, Aster over everything. I'm always about diversifying and reducing my risk, just as we did this cycle. I loved Casper as a blockchain, but I was also in Solana. I was also in other blockchains, right? I don't need to just be in this cult like, Aster is better than Hyperliquid. But yeah, I'm going to diversify into, I think there's 3 different perp dexes that I'm interested in, but I think Aster is going to outperform all of them in terms of gains and returns. So that's where I'm going to focus my money. Good to see CO and Leonard in the same space, communicating, working. CZ also got pardoned as well, guys. So don't forget that he now can do what he likes when getting involved with Aster. So, he could buy in, he could take a managerial role, whatever. He's been pardoned. He can do what he likes. Opens the doors to Aster, opens up the doors of a lot of opportunities to Aster. Very connected person, very powerful, has a lot of connections. I mean, look how fast it was listed on Coinbase and Robinhood, right? And Hyperliquid has still not even got there. So yeah, very, very good to see them in the same circles. Aster keep working away. So Leonard is doing sessions on Binance Blockchain Week. We saw them advertising in Dubai as well. Huge advertisements everywhere. Good to see the team are working away. And I expect them to do this throughout the bear market. If they're a real team, if they're really passionate about this, they're probably going to be on this all through the bear market. And they know that next cycle is where it's time to shine. We've already talked about them getting listed on Robinhood. Obviously, we've talked about some of the whales that have been buying as well. Once again, AsterDex beats Hype in daily volume, so the volume is phenomenal. Doing really, really good volume here. 9.59 billion versus 7.76 billion. Don't forget, Aster is still new compared to Hyperliquid, and Hyperliquid has some massive, massive institutional market makers and whales trading on there. So to be outperforming them on volume is wild. And I would imagine a lot of it's probably retail too, because of the extra features that they offer, higher leverage, lots of different features that they offer that some of these other platforms do not offer. Multi-chain as well, right? There's so many tick boxes, guys. I could do another video just on the fundamentals of Aster, which I probably will do. I could do probably 100 reasons why Aster's, gonna 10 to 50x. So I will do lots of content. I'll keep covering Aster. I'm not sponsored by these guys. It's just a genuine investment from me, and I think it's going to do well. That's why I'm going to cover it with my community. Guys, we are almost number 2 on the finance in the top finance creators on Patreon. Just a few members away from being number 1. Now, we didn't just get here by chance, right? It's only been a few years since we've been on Patreon, and we're already nearly at the top spot. We've absolutely smashed it this cycle. And even the pro leverage trader I hired a pro leverage trader in January as we started to expand, and we started to do really well. But I thought, I'm good at spot buying. I'm good at fundamental analysis, finding gems, especially in the bear market, finding gems in the bear market, holding them into the bull run, and taking profits at the right time as well. I think that's something we've done very well this cycle. I think we took profits on render around 12.30. And what is the price of render today? $1.77, right? So, nearly a 10x away from where we started taking profits. We started taking some more profits off Solana around 250. I think Solana today is 143. So yeah, we done really well. Sorry, something just popped up on my screen there. So yeah, we've done really well taking profits this cycle, and the pro trader that I hired has won 100% success rate. So every single month he has won from January all the way up to November. I mean, look at this trade he took the other day. I mean, he posted in the Discord saying, I'm taking along on BTC at 85,713. And BTC went absolutely crazy. He took full profit, but I think some of the guys still held their trades open. BTC is I think it's at 93, 94 now. So yeah, congratulations if you took that trade. I feel I'm biased, but I feel like we have one of the best communities in the space. We've been absolutely killing it. We're tracking all the smart money in real time, so you can see what the retail are doing, what the KOLs are doing, what the smart money are doing, what all the DEX flows and outflows. Top balance changes is cool, so you can see the top holders of certain assets, for example, Hyperliquid or Aster, if they start to buy more, if they start to sell more. That can be a great one to spot inside info, because if you see the top 10 holders of Altcoin starting to sell, it's likely they know something, or something's gone down in the boardroom, and it's probably going to tank to the downside, right? So yeah, if you want to join us, guys, head over to my Twitter. Search this one, not the top one, search this one. Click this link. That's going to take you to my Patreon. You can jump in and get involved with us, and you will get access to the Discord, so you can see all of the buy and sell alerts, not just from the pro trader, but from me, my leverage trades, what I'm doing, my portfolio, the stocks I'm buying, the stocks I'm selling. When I buy and sell something, I post it in here each time I do a trade, so you guys can keep up to date with what we're doing. Mainly, we're setting up strategy right now to accumulate in the bear market. That's the main priority, and that's why I'm talking about Aster, because it's probably going to be one of my main holds. Where am I going to buy if we go into a bear market? Well, obviously I'm going to buy first, and then tell my Discord guys, and then we'll start to talk about it on YouTube. But usually altcoins tend to bottom when Bitcoin's bottom. So if you get good at time in the bottom of Bitcoin, you can get good at time in the bottom of altcoins. Guys, none of the information in this video is financial advice. Do your own research. Investing in crypto or investing in anything is highly risky. You can lose all of your money investing in anything, so always do your own research first. Don't forget to like and subscribe to stay up to date if you like the video, and to stay up to date with all of the latest we keep talking about on the channel. If you want me to talk about any other altcoins, or if you know any other perp dexes that you think could do well, or any other buyback mechanism type projects that you think can do well over the next few years, post them in the comments, because I'm really interested in revenue generating projects that maybe are in a similar niche, right? Maybe they have no KYC, or maybe there's no KYC borrowing and lending platforms that do buybacks. I'm quite interested in that as we become more and more ingrained with TradFi. Drop it in the comments below. I'll check it out. Until then, I will catch you guys in the next one.